Hey everyone! So, what do you think? Today you watched and learned about the 3 different paths that you can take with the Ultimate Portion Fix. And over the next couple of weeks, I want you to be thinking about what path you are going to want to commit to after we finish our video series here and we actually start implementing everything that we've learned. So you don't have to commit today, you don't have to commit tomorrow, because remember, we've got this week and next week of learning and absorbing the information, asking questions, and then we will start the implementation process of this. So you learned about your 3 different paths that you can take. Your foundational fix, which I love, and it's something that you can apply at all points, any day of your life. It is something that is really like your lifelong journey, where something that you can maintain. You can still have your treats on, but it's flexible enough for you to, do daily life with and still enjoy life and not be super, super strict. It gives you that flexibility of knowing that you need to eat 5 green containers a day, but you get to pick at which meals those are going to be at. You get to decide what you're going to pair them with. Again, we want to always be remembering, like we heard about the other day, that we want to make sure that we're including a variety of container colors at all of our meals. But with the foundational fix, it is kind of nice that you have more of that flexibility in terms of, when you want to eat your green containers. Not saying you're going to eat them all at once, but you can have, maybe one for breakfast, for lunch, dinner. Maybe you put some in your shake for one of your snacks, and then another snack, you have celery or, cucumbers or something like that at. The second path is that timed nutrition piece. And I actually did timed nutrition last year when I did 80-Day Obsession. It is the program 80-Day Obsession. Autumn Calabrese really put together this timed nutrition piece to go alongside that program. What I loved about timed nutrition personally is I loved that she said, okay, for breakfast, you're eating a red container, a yellow container, and a green container. For your morning snack, you're having your purple container and a blue container, whatever it is. I can't remember off the top of my head. But I loved being told basically like what I need to eat at what times during the day. Like that to me was super, super helpful. Now, I also didn't, I stuck to that during my 80-Day Obsession group. But I typically then went back to the foundational fix just because that was a little bit easier for me to maintain. There were some times where I couldn't have carbs for dinner, and some nights we don't have carb at dinner every night, but there are some nights that we do have carbs. And when I was doing 80-Day Obsession, I would just not have, if we had taco bowls or something, I would just have mine with meat and veggies and no rice or anything like that. So I like more of the flexibility, but the time nutrition, again, personally, I loved being told what to eat when. Some people don't like that type of structure and like that more of that freedom to be able to choose, okay? And the third path that you heard about today is carb cycling. So carb cycling is, like I had said the other day, is not something that I have tried yet. I'm not gonna lie, it kind of makes me a little bit nervous looking at the plan, knowing that you're totally depleting your carbs and totally increasing your veggies and your protein, which those are for me the 2 hardest food groups for me always to get in, especially those veggies. So but the important thing to know about carb cycling is this is not something, like she said, that you are sustaining for a long period of time, okay? If you are carb cycling, it is a 3-week cycle, and then you go back to either time nutrition or foundational fix. It's not something you sustain for a long period of time. That being said, you also want to think about what your goals are. So if you have a big event coming up and you want to, lose 5 to 10 pounds, great. But if you've done something where you're getting married, or I'm standing up in a wedding in July, if I get my final dress fitting, especially if you're the bride, you do your final dress fitting, you don't want to be carb cycling 3 weeks out from your actual wedding date. You want to carb cycle maybe 3 weeks out from your fitting, and then go into foundational fix. So you maintain, because what's going to happen is if you carb cycle after you've had like a final fitting for something, you're going to drop weight. And a lot of the weight that you drop is water weight. But you're going to drop that and then your dress is not going to fit. So make sure, chat with me if you have something specific like that, so we can kind of backtrack your end goal to best, if carb cycling is something that you're, looking at trying out first. Okay. I would say for most of you who are just starting on this journey, I would recommend to start with foundational fix or Timed Nutrition. Those are probably your two easiest, best options. Like I said, for most of us in here that are just kind of starting out on this Portion Fix journey. So again, not something you need to decide today, but I do want you to be thinking about what your goals are in terms of your nutrition and your health, overall health, fitness, what you want to accomplish. I want to know what you're going to be doing for your workouts. So again, these 2 weeks here, we're learning. You might be dabbling in your on-demand, figuring out some things. But starting, oh my gosh, I don't have my calendar, but not this week on Monday. So not April 1st, but must be April 7th. April 7th is when we're going to start really implementing this system and this process. And that is when you're going to start logging everything in your book. So by that time, we do want to know, what you're going to be doing. Are you going to be working out? Are you going to be doing the 21-day fix videos alongside me? I'm going to be starting those. And even though I'm starting the videos on April 1st, it doesn't mean I'm like tracking my nutrition or anything like that yet, because we want to get through this system together first so we really understand what we're doing and why we're doing it. So are you going to be doing 21-day fix videos? Maybe you're sticking with your own fitness routine and you're going to be going to the gym or going to a cycling class or Pilates or Orange Theory or something like that a couple of days a week. The reason that I need to know about that to best help you is because when you are going through and you're picking out your plan, okay, and you're looking at Timed Nutrition, whether you're working out or not, it's super important to know the level of intensity that you're doing. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that tomorrow when we start probably our most important module, which is Containers 101. So learning about the actual containers and what they mean and all of that. So we'll be talking more about that, but I want you to kind of start thinking about that. What is your plan in 2 weeks in terms of workouts? What do you think you want to be trying? What do you think you want to be doing? Okay, so check in with that. I am so curious to know what plan you think that you might want to start out on. And even if today you're like, I want to do Timed Nutrition. And then in a week, you're like, I actually don't like that rigid of a structure. I want to stick with the foundational fix. Totally fine. But start thinking about it. Where do you think you want to end up? Can't wait to learn more with you this week and hear about what some of your fitness goals are.